You want to turn on there, baby? Nuts. What do you reckon? Impressed?
Nuts, yeah.
Is there anything on your phone that tells us how high we are? 5:30 this morning above the clouds. Little pit stop. Little pit stop for the wife before we jog up the hill. And I am sure you won't be surprised to say that it was not much of a jog up the hill. This walk took us 9 hours and 10 minutes to complete. There she is. I believe there are 7 main steps while climbing Mount Taranaki. As you can see, we have just come up the lower slopes, up to Tahurangi Lodge. So yes, the 7 steps consist of the lower slopes, Tahurangi Lodge, the Gully, which we are currently in, the Scoria section, which is a challenging slope covered in loose scora, basically volcanic gravel. You have the Lizard, which is where you basically have to rock climb, and then you have the crater rim leading up to the summit rock.
Instead of that Volcano.
Hey. Love that. The wife goes, if he can do it, we can do it. Amazing. And it truly was amazing. As you can see, we are just coming out of the gully now, entering the steps to be able to get to the Scoria section, which is the most challenging part. That's it, baby. These steps coming up really did take us by surprise. But keeping that head down, one foot in front of the other. Yeah. So talking about the window we did stay in Stratford, and we had a 2 to 3 day window to climb this. And we woke up super early on the first night. A good tip for me personally is that if you go outside and look up to the night sky and see stars, then you know that you're going to have a clearish day, even whilst driving up to the National Visitor Centre, seeing stars all the way up, getting to the car park, still seeing stars. You knew that the day was going to be clear, and I thought it was a good indicator to not just look at the weather apps, which are very crucial, but to also look at the surroundings and to know what you are going to be getting yourself into. So we have just come up the steps and we are slowly entering the Scoria section. Now, do not underestimate this section. It starts off fairly easy, with the gravel being pretty tight to each other, and we really thought that this was it. And we said to each other, is this all it is? As we were making good progress, but as you will see in a minute, you sort of hit that first Scoria section, have a little bit of a climb, and then the Scoria section really does not hold back from its reputation. Shortly, I will show you a good technique that I found while being in the scorer section. But I found that staying
I
out
know.
of the divots
It's hard
really
looking at
did
it, isn't
help.
it?
In the divots you see running down the section, you have a lot more loose gravel rather than staying up out the divots. And there she is. She is getting to the end of that little rock section just before you get to all that volcanic gravel. As you can see, the rock was slowly thinning out, and as you just saw, the wife had a little slip there. This section, it was not crazy bad, but it definitely did test your mind, I believe, and ability. You know, this is the hardest section of the climb, without a doubt. So taking your time and getting this done really does give you a boost of confidence on the next sections. But just nice small steps. Try not to slip up too much, and just finding solid ground to get your foot onto makes all the difference.
Nice.
Short breaks are definitely a must to keep the endurance up throughout the whole day.
Have a break anytime you want, or stop, or turn around, or do anything. On the pop. Right, camera, volcano!
What a time to be alive. I feel climbing mountains is a surreal experience. The creation of the world, seeing it from a different perspective, especially living here in the UK, it's truly breathtaking. And words can't really describe how amazing it is climbing the heights. As you can see here, this is a little technique that I was doing just to be able to get past the sliding off the shingles. I was almost frog-legging it. And I shouted to the missus, frog leg it. And she was not having it. She was so angry with me as I was stomping up this mountain. But as you can see here, I'm just slightly in a little rut there. In a slight little rut, look. And on the left-hand side, up on that ledge, I found that was the place to be. That was the place that really made it easier and less draining, because you know it's one step forward, have a step back, almost like walking up a sand dune. Oh, he's just done a look on the outside. it sort of carried on the left. The volcanic sort of carried up on the left there, but instead I chose to do some climbing. I do prefer steps over gradient walks. I just find it a lot more rewarding, or a lot more easier. As I turned around here, you can see the Alpine Pass at Tongariro. It was absolutely spectacular. Me and the wife walked that pass 6 weeks later, and it was a beautiful walk. We even got to see Mount Taranaki from that pass. So being able to look into the past and currently looking into the future was quite a spectacular moment, even seeing it. The Alpine Pass is phenomenal. All the lakes you see on the summit, or through the pass, sorry, all the lakes you get to see, all the thermal vents. The walk is a really nice walk, and then getting over the pass, coming down to the lake, it's just truly, truly, truly amazing.
You're smashing it, babes. You are smashing it.
And smashing it she was. So proud. So after you just come out of that little section there, it sort of breaks up the volcanic rock section, and then you have this nice part that leads up to the lizard, where you do start to rock climb. This was a nice little break, really. You could take it nice and slow. You know, you weren't really slipping anywhere. It was a nice little path just to walk along, walking around the mountain to be able to get to the lizard and climb up. As you can see in the distance, the terrain changes again, and that is there called the Lizard Eye, I do believe. This is a rocky ridge, really. A lot of a lot of climbing, but you can stand and climb a lot of it. But putting the hand down every now and then really does help navigating through the rocks. We did end up taking a little break just before we started. It's just another wise thing to do whilst you can to get ready for the section ahead. And again, you have another signpost of the man asking you if it's good weather to continue, if you're feeling brave to continue, if you can continue. Small reminders to let you know that, you know, this is a dangerous climb,
Good job, babe.
a very unpredictable climb, as on the way down, clouds came in very fast. As you can see, the blizzard section has started, most importantly, following the orange pegs all the way up to the crater rim now. You know, you can almost pick any route you want. There are slight paths where obviously people like to accumulate and people have gone, but in terms of where you want to climb and how you want to climb it, it all's down to you. Whatever is the easiest section. It's nice to be able to use your hands finally to help your legs. Use your hands, you know, taking the strain out your legs and really getting up there.
Very today.
Language. Look how clear this day is. This is the most beautiful day. Look at that bum. I know.
It was like this throughout, really, this climbing, all the way up to the crater. At the top of the lizard, you come across a real tight ledge that you will see soon, that you had to take your time with, but using our hands a little bit more, just to try and help our feet, really did help.
It's not about speed, baby. It's about getting it done. Not sponsored. Like, good on the camera. Yee, 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 yee! Oi, 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 oi! Smile! Oh, look at your brave face.
There was not many places that you could sort of take a break and sit down on here, so when we saw some flat ground, we took full advantage of this just to get a nice little kick for the next section of the lizard. And we continue onwards and upwards, following the orange poles. It's fairly simple, really, just making sure you follow those orange poles.
Climb up for ages and take a rest at the top, yeah? Oh, cracking fun. 4.5 hours in. Oh, doing well.
Putting all your body weight to the left-hand side of the mountain to make sure that there is no possibilities of you slipping down on the right-hand side. It is very steep here. I don't know how the camera does it justice, or if it does not, but slight exaggeration with the arm at full extension, but just making sure we stay tucked in.
You see it? Yeah, down and up.
As you can see here, just how tight it really does get. You are very safe, and it is very easy
Yeah,
to
there's a post up
grab
there.
onto the rocks and
Well done, baby.
hang left. But I slowly noticed the wife getting a little
Big
bit
slow
more
breath.
worried as we started to get a little bit closer to the summit. There was someone who passed us while we climbed the volcano, who climbed it 17 times, and it was actually his 18th climb. And on the way back, we spoke to him, and he said he didn't reach the summit. Which there you are, look, there is the summit right there. And even he said he didn't get to the top just because it was too risky, so he made his way to the top of the crater. So did we, just to stay on the safe side. I was really disappointed, but nonetheless, it was an absolute phenomenal hike. Really great views. There you are, look, top of the crater, looking over to the other side. Really did want to scale the mountain, but safety is always first. It is so steep right there. It's hard to see, but it got so steep so quickly. We couldn't risk it and wouldn't want to risk it being the start of the trip. You know, as the ice was thawing, you'd actually hear rocks and stones tumbling down. But there we are, look. That is a beautiful, beautiful view. On the left-hand side, you can actually see me trying to climb up. I was so close, and I couldn't leave the wife behind, and I wouldn't want to leave the wife behind. But on the right-hand side, look, we're slowly coming down, but you can see our tracks all the way to the top of the crater. You know, my understanding is that from the crater to the summit, you know, you have just got a couple of meters climbing and you are there, but better be safe than sorry. And, you know, we conquered it, I'd say. Getting to the crater was a great achievement. Absolute phenomenal time. And as we were climbing down, the clouds came in very thick and very fast. And it just goes to show you how quickly the climate can change around here. But an absolute amazing time and amazing memories. And here you are, look, is the cloud coming in very fast. And me running down the shingles almost, walking down the shingles. Only if it was like that the whole way up, eh? But it's all part of the fun. Had an amazing time. Hope you stay safe on it, blink a little, and breathe a lot.